Hello, join us as we take a tour around multiple leagues that have some big news for all the sports fans today. I'm Boom Gonzalez.
And I'm Diego Dario. On today's show, we talk about innovations in the UAAP. We hear from the #1 draft pick in the PBA, and we get a word from the champions of the PVL. This is Starting Lineup.
JD! Puts it on top and hits it right in the dagger three.
Gold medalist and Olympic champion,
Let's start with the pros as we hear from a player that took the leap by joining the PBA's 50th season draft for the first pick of the Terrafirma Jeep and the first overall pick of the draft, former Blue Eagle Geo Chiu. Geo, congratulations and welcome to the show.
The tallest pick of the draft too.
Tallest prospect, and you're finally here in the PBA. Before we talk about your whole journey, let's just talk about feelings, thoughts, and what you did after getting picked first for the PBA's 50th draft.
Honestly, it's still like a dream, parang nanaginip ka lang, it's something that I never expected, joining the draft when I submitted the application. But, very, very thankful, and, I'm really happy also to be in this position, this is just the start of the career naman, there's so much more work to do, but yeah, I'm just really happy and thankful.
Start of a different career, because you've already gone through certain phases now. Before we talk about the draft and the experience and all of that, let's just go back to college in general. Everyone who's swung by our show, Diego, we just kind of wanted to ask, how would they look at their college career? How was yours in a nutshell? You've gone through a lot, also Final Fours. You've gone through some major battles, a championship run, playing back up to an incredible center that you had during your time. Tell us about the whole experience.
I mean, siguro overall, my college career, it really helped me become a better player. Coming out of high school, there's so much for you to learn. I mean, until now naman, there's so much for you to learn. But coming out of high school, you're playing up against the people who you would watch TVs, go to the games, diba? And to be able to, play for Ateneo, it's something that, you take pride in, and, it's an opportunity na, I'm really thankful. But siguro overall, my experience naman there, we had ups and downs. We lost to UP in the finals during the bubble, and then we won the year after, and then the year after we got in the Final Four.
Right.
There's so much things that really happened. You gain a lot through losses, and then through wins you gain a lot too. But so overall, it really just helped me become a player who understands the game more. With the help of my teammates and the coaching staff at Ateneo, the knowledge that they could give you, there's so much, and I'm just really happy na I made the choice of staying at Ateneo for college, and whatever I have, wherever I am right now, it's all because of them naman. They really molded me to a player na you could maximize the height, the IQ, and something naman na I'm really happy, because without them I won't be here.
For sure.
This is just the beginning, and there's still so much to learn.
Right. Every time we talk to Ateneans under Coach Tab specifically, every time we ask them about Coach Tab, there's always that smile, or there's always that story that they tell us. Ikaw, what did you learn from Coach Tab na madadala mo dito sa pro career mo?
Ooh, that's hard.
It doesn't have to be a story, but it can be one thing.
Let me ask, why is it hard? Is it because there's a ton of things that's hard to pick up or to pick out? Or at least one that you can tell us for sure? Because I'm sure there are a lot of things that you can't tell us too.
There's a lot. I've been at Ateneo for 4 years, I think 5 years during the pandemic. There's so much that we went through, I have a really good relationship with Coach Tab. Siguro, one of the pinaka-memorable moment was during season 85, during the finals. he would tell me to shoot threes like all the time. He's like,
I remember this
Gio,
game, yeah.
Gio, you're wide open every time. So this one moment during the game, I think before halftime,
Yes.
I made an early screen and then Forsey passed me the ball,
Right.
made the shot. That was like probably like and then when I saw Coach Tab, he was so happy. He was like, you parang feeling, parang, oh, finally he made it,
Yeah.
It was something na pinaka-memorable siguro.
Yeah, among many other stories.
Right, I
for
remember
sure.
that top of the key three.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about your stint. It's not going to be your first time in
Yeah,
the pros.
yeah.
You've played in the pro and the PBA, and also in Taiwan, if I believe. So, how did that experience go for you? Things that you learned, of course, before coming here in the Philippines to play in the PBA.
And how different
Yeah.
is that experience?
I mean, when I decided to leave Ateneo, join the pros, I first played for the Taiwan Mustangs
Right.
in the Asian tournament. Then I played for Zamboanga Valentes. Like when I first joined the league, we had like, I think 2 to 3 imports. So like that really helped, like, like get up like a little bit from their brains, like coming out of college, they see you're young, there's so much for you to learn. So, learning from those guys, like, I played with Malik Diouf, like
Right, yeah.
players I played against in college. Diba? So parang yung first feeling siguro is, like, I played with sina Alex Cabangnat also. Playing against those kinds of players.
Different kinds
parang
of talent.
They really push you to become better.
Right,
Like, parang they'll tell you, oh, this is what you do, this is what you do. Because, like, in general naman, like, you have to play it. And, like, be given the opportunity to play in a league na, like, they expect you to play. But, like, that really helps, like, parang just get a little bit of everything. Or parang,
Does it make you feel that you're ready for the PBA?
I mean, it for sure helped. When I went to Japan, I had imports na they really guided me all throughout the season. They would tell me, Gio, this is what you do, this is how you defend this. So I feel like that's the biggest advantage siguro heading to the PBA. I was mentored by these guys na who's very experienced. Like, they've played all over the world.
Right.
So, parang being able to be taught, like, yung mga small details na would be really very important once you play in the PBA. Kasi, syempre, everyone's experienced also, right?
Skilled and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah, correct.
So-
Especially in the pros, where the first few years you're gonna have to like kind of think about your routine, what's gonna happen to you, because you have so much time compared to college. But leading up to the PBA, what can you bring to the table? Of course, we all know you're big, but then you've probably developed your game from college. You're not getting the same player anymore. But what can you bring to the table, especially for a Terrafirma team that wants to rack up some wins?
I think getting drafted by Terrafirma is like a blessing.
Yeah.
Like in terms of being able to develop your game. Because like I spoke with the management after the draft, and then we had the chance to like just talk about like what's the plan for like the upcoming draft and for the upcoming season. Like, I'm really happy to hear that they really want to compete, and then, like coming from Ateneo and from other teams, like very competitive in teams. So like that's something that I hope we could build in their firma. Like I know like there's a lot of guys who are championship pedigree players also. We have Mark Noni there.
Right.
Like he's been in finals of UAAP. So parang like when joining Terrafirma after the season, syempre, I hope to help build a culture.
Winning culture.
Like just the mentality of winning.
Right.
I think like inside the game, like over the past year, like I've developed, having that confidence in myself, like shooting, just being more confident with the ball. So hopefully that's something that I could, help my team with.
Well, we can't wait to see that happen finally. I know that's going to take a while before we see that, but as we always say, we wish you the best of health muna, importante.
Always.
So that, we see the full potential when you finally make it to the PBA. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much for
time.
coming through here on the show. All right. We'll take a break. We'll talk to another former Atenean, right? Here on the show, here in Starting Lineup. Stay with us, please. Welcome back to Starting Lineup. Let's now move over to the head of everything basketball in the upcoming UAAP, which, by the way, is starting in a couple of days. Here we go. We are happy to have on the show the new basketball UAAP commissioner and former, of course, legend in the UAAP. Former recruiter pa pala ang nalaman namin.
Geo.
Thanks for having me.
Komish. Mga idol.
Recruiter eh.
Mga idol.
Komish, ang hirap masanay. We saw each other in the press conference yesterday. I didn't know how to address you, how to call you, but I guess we have to get used to calling you Komish. How do you get a job like that? Is the first question. Di ba? I mean, does somebody apply? Do you get a call? Do you call someone? Do you, you know what? What's the process for something like this, especially for you?
You know, I had a different path. After playing basketball, I spent a lot of time overseas, and then I went back to the PBA. But then after that, most of the players either go here, coach, be a team manager. But it really kept on bothering me on what if I started my own league, and then the pandemic came.
Right.
Perfect opportunity. It's now Asia Basket.
Right.
We shifted to the college scene. So I started inviting the schools.
Right.
A small world. All of the coaches or the athletic directors were either my coaches before or somebody I played with before. So I just invited them. Everybody was looking for a quality league wherein top teams are playing against each other. And then we had an interesting idea of bringing the games to the campuses.
Correct. Yeah.
Which was, well received by the student body. And then I actually interviewed 3 years ago.
Did you?
Yeah. I just wanted to know the process and everything.
Which means you had an interest even before that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I wanted to learn.
Okay.
I guess that was my interest back then. I wanted to learn how the board works, how the UAAP being the top league in the Philippines. So, maybe I can learn a thing or two in how they run things. So maybe I can bring that to my own league.
That was the original intention.
That was, yeah.
Okay.
And, if I got in, then why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And Komish, I remember playing in the first ever Phil Basket tournament that you organized during the
you so
pandemic,
much, yeah.
and you're now here. But when it comes to the UAAP, of course, you played there, you experienced everything, and now you're the commissioner.
Yeah.
How does that all feel? Diba? This is like a big thing. The UAAP, of course, brings so many opportunities for all these players.
So it's still a surreal moment for me until right now. To be able to head, if not the top league in the Philippines. And it opens so much doors for people like us. And I just want to build on that. That's my big goal in the office and just for this season. Just in terms of making the players bring out their talent more, basketball skills more, so they can showcase what they do anywhere they want to go to after the UAAP. That's the immediate goal for right now.
Okay, so that's your goal. Let's talk about the job. Because this is a completely different thing. A lot of people get confused, diba? Some people ask you questions that are a function of, let's say, the UAAP board more than, or the executive director more than the commissioner. So just to, give everybody, the fans, especially the new fans, what is the job of Reyes, Commissioner Reyes?
TLDR, anything about the game of basketball is under the commissioner's office. So the big part of it is the officiating.
Okay.
And, scheduling is not in our office. That's for the board to discuss. Rules and regulations, eligibility, that's out of our office also.
Right.
Okay.
And I think I want to make this clear.
Yes, please.
Tickets are not a function of the commissioner's office. So the board really wants us to focus heavily on officiating. How we can make the game better through officiating. Mostly it's overlooked. It's the hardest job in the world. But I really believe that officiating plays a big factor in what the players and the coaches put out. Are we encouraging more creativity from the coaches? Or do we just want basketball that's really physical? So those are the things that we think that we can balance through the commissioner's office. And the most important thing is for the players to be ready for the international standards. So if it comes to the technicalities, that's the major thing this year.
Which means FIBA.
Yes,
which means FIBA.
Yes.
So, are there any changes that you're gonna bring in your first season, or is it gonna stay the same? As you mentioned, patterning it to the international tournaments.
wala naman changes talaga.
no
We just want to
changes.
align
Right. No
the
new
standards
things.
and the
Yeah.
interpretation.
Okay.
So the basketball rules are basketball rules,
Right.
you know. But how it's interpreted and how it's called internationally.
You want to be consistent with that.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Sige,
We want
ito
to be
na lang,
consistent with that.
Komish. I know you've been testing or thinking of certain things the last month
Yeah.
that might be used or might. What have you tested that you're actually going to apply when the season starts na? Like, I don't know, like
Yeah.
whether it's the audio stuff, the mic
Yeah.
stuff, is
Yeah.
that going to happen?
Yes, it's going to happen, but as the UAP, as it should, we're taking it step by step.
Okay.
So, of course, in FIBA, in the NBA, you can hear it in the broadcast and in the arena.
Yeah,
already.
we don't expect that.
We
muna,
don't
yeah.
expect that first. So
right.
it's for assessment first.
Yeah.
For
Which
the-
means kayo lang nakarinig? Or
yes, and we'll make it available to the board also upon request.
once it's
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
These,
once it's filtered out a little bit. Yeah.
The
okay.
procedural and the finer details of how we're gonna communicate the recordings to the teams if ever they request for
Right.
it. That's going to be ED Rebo's
Correct, yeah.
mandate on how
Right.
to put it out there. But for the big thing is for improvement of referees.
Yes.
We know how they arrive at calls,
Yes.
especially crucial situations. We know paano sila mag-isip, diba? Ano yung understanding nila ng rules. So from there, we can always improve on their knowledge and also how they become in the situation so they can decide properly.
And clear miscommunications too,
yeah,
I'm sure.
sometimes the UAAP it's a rare league wherein you get
Crazy
that
atmosphere.
atmosphere. So the refs can never prepare for that. But through the audio recordings, we're able to refine how they
Nice.
perform yearly.
Something to look forward to for sure. But how about your team, Komish? Of course, you're not alone in this job. You appointed some
Yeah.
big names. Actually, Coach Geo Chiu, part of your team. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, let's leave the conversation
Right.
with that. Let's show some love to your team.
Actually, my deputy commissioner
Correct,
is
he's
here.
here,
Yeah. We wanted a diverse team. So we wanted members who studied in different schools also. Ginny Velarde is also there.
For the women's.
For the women's,
Correct.
and Miko Abelio for the juniors.
Right.
And Coach Jong, he was the head of the SBP refs before.
that's true.
It was
That's
tremendous
right.
experience in terms of FIBA standards and how to handle refs and relationships with refs. And he's only done good things for my career and also as a good friend of his son Johan. So
Yes.
And Philippine basketball in
yes,
general.
yes. So Coach Jong is there to really lend us his wisdom in terms of especially tough situations.
Okay, one last question, yes or no? Are you ready? This is happening in 2 days already.
Yes, I'm ready, but come Saturday, my answer might be different.
Yeah, that's why I needed to ask. Okay, that's why I need. Let's leave it at that. Komish, congratulations.
Thank you and good luck.
It's good to see you around the league
See you
again.
at the games,
Maraming
guys.
salamat. All right, stay tuned. There's more from us here on Starting Lineup when we come back.
Championship in the PVL Invitational Conference, our friends Dip Dipianco and Neil Flores got to sit down and talk to PLDT high-speed hitters Dell Palomata and Coach Arnold Laniog in a special interview to talk about the incredible feat. Let's watch this.
We have some champs on the show tonight here on Starting Lineup. The PLDT High Speed Hitters join us, Dell Palomata and Coach Arnold Laniog. Guys, welcome to the show. And congratulations. Grabe.
Salamat.
Salamat for making it. We will make your time worthwhile dito sa show. Pag-usapan natin yung recent championship niyo. First of all, congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Back-to-back na ang PLDT. But for you, Del, kakabalik mo lang din sa team mo with PLDT. Kwento mo naman sa amin, how was that incorporation sa Invitational Conference? You were playing with Alas Pilipinas, but yung paunti-unting pagbalik sa'yo ni Coach Shad sa sistema, kwento mo sa amin ano yung experience na yun?
Siyempre, sobrang grateful kasi as mother team ko naman, connected naman kami sa isa't isa, sa mga teammates ko, yun. Di naman ako nanibago kasi sobrang comfortable naman ako sa mga kasama ko din, sa mga coaches ko na may sobrang tiwala sa akin. Kahit na kakabalik ko pa lang sa, sa game.
Dahil grabe yung pinakita mo sa Alas Pilipinas and you brought home so much experience with you. Ano sa tingin mo yung pinaka nakatulong sa'yo nung bumalik ka sa PLDT after going through so many opponents na matatangkad din, malakas. So I think pagbalik mo sa Pilipinas, lalo ka pang umangat in terms of skill level. Pero ano sa tingin mo yung pinaka nadala mo sa team mo in this championship?
Siguro, di naman sa sobrang malaking angat yung alam mo yun na ano lang talaga sa experience sa mga yun nga, sa sinabi mo nga sa mga nakalaban namin. Kasi sobrang tatangkad, sobrang lalakas. Kaya siguro, ginawa ko lang din yung part ko, yung trabaho ko. Then, bumalik ako dito sa PLDT, yun pa rin. Siyempre, di ko naman pwedeng hayaan na dapat trabaho pa rin tayo. Kaya yun.
At napakita niyo yung work na yun with the help of your coaches. Coach Arnold, grabe yung stint mo ngayon as a coach in the PVL. 3 titles. By the way, first championship mo bago mag-pandemic as head coach, di ba? Kasama mo na si Coach Rald. And then on tour at itong invitational, assistant ka ni Coach Rald. Parang grabe yung love team tambalan ni Coach Rald.
We have 4 now.
4
4.
na!
Pero ano pa yung isang...
Dalawang 2022 reinforced.
Right, oo nga
That
pala.
time's Coach
With
Rald na head
Petrogas.
coach.
Correct. So, talking about those championships, Coach Arnold, how is the relationship like with Coach Rald? Paano yung working relationship niyo na with PLDT? How are you able to lead this team na ngayon na naka-back-to-back championship na?
Well, ano lang, kumbaga designated lang din yung trabaho. It's more on, nagbe-brainstorming naman kami lagi niyan pagdating sa programa. Then pagdating sa training, I was the one na talaga in charge magpatakbo. Then, with the coordination nga sa kanya kung ano yung ipapagawa namin that day. Then focus talaga ni Coach Rald is more on talaga yung nag-start kami kasi before sa stats talaga eh. So then dugtungan ng scouting. So talagang si Coach Rald is ibibigay na sa iyo lahat ng detalye ng kalaban. So kumbaga lahat pinifeed na talaga sa iyo para malaman mo kung ano yung mga tendency. Then on our part, pagdating sa training, yun yung i-run namin. Para pagdating sa game, familiar na talaga.
We always give praise to the players kasi sila naman yung naglalaro.
Yes, sila yung naglalaro. Tsaka yung response kasi ang ganda rin.
Yes, pero grabe yung efforts ng mga behind the scenes. And Coach, kayo yon, you've been through many championships already. How does that dynamic work? I know nakatoka kayo sa training, but you have so many great minds in the team. How do you choose yung best practice na gusto mong dalhin sa PLDT from the other experiences that you had para lalong umusbong yung ganitong resulta sa current team nyo?
Well, kumbaga, ang players naman may skills na talaga eh. So, ang pinaka-challenge naman for us kung how we, kumbaga, enhance yung chemistry, kung paano namin i-impart sa kanila, ipapalam kung ano yung sistema na gusto namin. Then, yun, by tulong lang talaga kami ni Coach Rald, yung designation ng trabaho namin, magampanan namin. At the same time, talagang siguro isa sa naging key para maging successful kami as partner, yung relationship namin with players.
Yes.
So talaga never kami nagbibigay ng pressure pagdating sa training at the same time, lalo na pagdating sa game.
Yes.
It's more on talagang, sabi nga ni Coach, it's more on specific instruction on that specific situation. Then kami naman sa labas, gano'n din at the same time. Talagang keep on motivating with the players, lalo na dun sa mga down moment.
Natawa si Del. Akala siguro Del, nagde-date sila niya. Pagtibayan yung,
Sabi nga namin
yung chemistry eh.
Oh, hindi na college ito eh. Mga matured na ito eh. Mga professional na ito eh. So, ang treat talaga namin is talagang very professional.
And it shows, napapakita niya on and off the court.
Coach, ako, curious ako, sa coaching standpoint, coaching POV, after that first set, ano yung pinag-usapan nyo ni Coach Rald? Of course, we saw a lot of adjustments also from your end. So, paano nyo na-roll out yung instructions sa mga players?
Yun nga, like yung parang interview kay Kat before, no, after ng game na, one of the factors talaga na makakalaro kami na maayos with the Kobe Shinwa is, kailangan talaga magbaon kami ng maraming pasensya na hindi talaga mauubos. Because based din sa mga interviews ng Kobe Shinwa na pinapanood namin after their game, talaga parang iba yung tutungan nila sa team namin because tinalo namin sila na hindi sila naka-adjust agad sa blocking, yung setting nila, so forth and so forth. So talaga alam namin magre-ready talaga sila. But after that first set talaga, sabi ko, wow, control na control tayo. Then, nireview ko nga din yung game. At the second set din, talaga nandun pa rin yung pag-control ng Kobe Shinwa. Parang we're down din pa towards the end ng second set ng mga 3 points. But yun nga, sabi namin, yung At tiwala namin sa players, saka yung napag-usapan namin na talagang as long as hindi natatapos yung set, hindi tayo bibitaw. Yung pasensya natin, ilalaban natin hanggang dulo. Then yun nga, naitawid yung second set. Kaya pagdating ng third set, parang naging normal na. Ito na tayo, okay na tayo. Parang ganun.
Lumabas na yung laro, no?
Yes,
na
naging normal
pinakita. Na nakita natin nung on tour, tapos ngayon invitational. Kaya nag-champion. Del, ano yung parang pwede niyong dalhin now in the reinforced? Meron kayong about 1 month of break before the actual tournament. Pero alam ko, 2 weeks bago ulit mag-practice. So ano yung parang aabangan natin sa reinforced conference? With PLDT, dahil lalo ngayon, full force na kayo with everyone from your team. Start to finish, magkakasama na kayo sa practice.
Siguro po yung ano lang namin, sana magtuloy-tuloy yung ano namin, yung may panalo bawat game. Wala naman pong yung ano lang muna kami. Balik muna kami sa training, then process na naman. Balik na naman kami sa, alam mo yun, yung 0, na naman.
Less pressure na ngayon, no?
Less pressure na. Kasi alam mo naman, na ano naman nila Coach Arnold, tapos ni Coach Ral, yung dapat namin gawin sa loob ng court. Kaya ano muna, process by process.
Nakalagay naman doon sa mahiwagang tablet ni Coach Ral nang dapat na lang gawin ni Coach Arnold. Well guys, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Del, Coach Arnold, congratulations.
Thank you.
Pahinga na muna kayo, no? Well-deserved rest, and naabangan namin ulit kayo.
Thank you so much.
In the next conference.
And that's it for tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Diego Dario.
Boom Gonzalez, this has been Starting Lineup.